folks, welcome back to Flatirons Tuning. We are here at the track at High Plains Raceway, just outside of Byers, Colorado, and it is finally time to shake the car down, the Pikes car, at the track. Now, I will tell you, didn't exactly have the track day that we had planned. I was going to be out here actually with Smedia. Smedia was supposed to join us. Then basically, it didn't happen. Long story, but we still have to shake down the Pikes car, and so we're here. The car's been out on track once. We're going over it, and yeah, everything looks good. Really excited to see what we can find out today, and see what all that hard work that we did with the aero kit and the engine and all that, what it all means in terms of lap time. So yeah, stick around, it's going to be fun. Before we jump into it, just want to say, if you like the content that we're putting out, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Flatirons Tuning for any of your parts needs. That support goes a long way to making it, so we can keep trying stuff, coming out here, doing all these crazy things and builds and stuff. So appreciate your support. With all that being said, let's get into the video.
Yeah, that's definitely brakes.
Oh, man.
What does it look like?
Everything looks good. Yeah.
This is mostly a right turn.
Yeah, we've got good oil pressure, good coolant pressure, which was our big worry the other day. The highest I see the coolant pressure here was there was a moment that it was hitting like 28 pounds. But that wasn't even, that was just in the middle of the lapping. It wasn't even when he was getting aggressive. By the time he started getting aggressive, the coolant pressure had settled to 24, so about 2 bar.
Yeah, it seemed pretty happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good, decent power?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what? It was cool.
Did you?
Bone dry, really?
It was looking dry.
Wow.
I don't know about bone dry.
And how big of a tank?
10 gallons.
10 gallons. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, there's still some in there.
Oh, okay.
There's a good bit.
Do we need to add?
Yeah, you should just top it off.
Keeps pushing out. You see that?
I got it. Oh, yeah, you're right.
There was that.
The line,
Just
like-
catching up water?
I don't know.
line
It doesn't really smell like anything, but it has a residue, and
a little
like everything's kind of dry. So
Okay.
like,
But we just don't know what it is.
Okay.
so hot, pushed it all out here, and then just like cooked
Yeah,
it off.
there's nothing in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, that would make sense.
There's no,
Because, dude, in the 5 seconds, trying to like drive it onto the trailer, it was like
shut up.
already at like
Well,
212.
but when it's on track and it's boiling, like all
and
that
there's
pressure.
nothing in it as well.
So, day one is down. Basically, really good until it wasn't ish. At the end, we did overheat. So basically, with the 1.3 bar cap and water is our coolant, we hit the boiling point, which is about 225 degrees. Everything boiled. We filled up the overflow tank, that guy there. And so now we've got to basically fill it back up, burp the coolant, and work on trying to figure out why we got the coolant temps up that high. Oil temps were great. I think the peak oil temps were like 209, 210, something like that. So oil temps are great. Now the coolant temps are spiking. Last year, like for the run, the coolant temps are great, oil temps spiked. So we got to figure that out. We're also having, or we pretty much are pretty sure we had an issue where, again, the gear position sensor is not quite working correctly. And that's preventing the flat foot shifting from working correctly. So we can't fix that overnight. Probably what we're going to do is try and turn that off tomorrow, just like have them lift and shift, see if that solves the problem and basically keeps the car from cutting out. Because basically, when the car doesn't know that it's getting back into the new gear, then that creates a problem and it cuts out. So overall, pretty good day. Car's running reasonably well, and it was just one little hiccup at the end. It's definitely quick, and we've got more time in it, but we just got to go through and work through these couple little issues. So yeah, go through it. Back at it tomorrow, and we'll let you know how it goes.
there's your problem.
And I foot to the floor and I did the same thing that I did.
Yeah.
And it went to neutral and just spun. Now, same situation, laps later, I clutched and it went into 6, but it didn't show 6.
So one of the things I could do is we could set up gear detection differently to where it uses RPM versus speed instead of the sensor temporarily. I'd almost have to drive it while I set it up, because basically you hit a calibrate button is the easiest way. I might be able to make it work off of the log, but that would be a different way of sensing when it's in the next gear. And today we could just start out with the current setup, but then I set the maximum time. If it doesn't know what the next gear is, I set the maximum time to like 1/3 of a second, and then every time you shift flat, it just takes 1/3 of a second where it cuts power. And then if it feels like it's not giving power, I'll cut that down until it feels like a good shift. If it feels like it's kind of dogging between the shifts, you can do that.
The biggest issue right now
It's
is
coolant.
the coolant.
Yeah, how much did you lose, do you know?
Well,
Not a
it's
lot.
coming out of the hood.
Yeah. So it's enough that it's losing it. You guys think it's pushing it like head gasket wise?
Well,
Possible.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that's usually with a Subaru, that's usually what we see when it starts doing stuff like that. It's weird because the pressures aren't even as high as they were on the dyno,
right.
and the temperatures aren't ridiculous. Yeah, coolant temps are always around 200. I don't see anywhere where they, let's see, right here, they're 202 is the
What the
peak.
pressures get to?
Coolant pressure, 31 is the highest, 33 here. And look, this is one time where he floors it, the second time he floors it, and that's really not terrible. This must be the back straight. But it does have a fair amount of coolant pressure, but just 41 is the peak.
So last night when we went to burp the coolant again, you were seeing black particulate coming out of the coolant system that we hadn't seen on any of the times before that we let it. And we were seeing that last year when those gaskets let go.
Okay.
We haven't seen that yet, so.
When
Hi.
you get the
What are
car
we
like
doing?
topped off or ready, we might as well, because we
Subaru
might forget to
thing.
clean.
Testing the cooling system again. I mean, I guess you tested the Mishimoto radiator cap.
Let's Sitting over there. Yeah.
with the pressure tester, and it lost some PSI, so swapping back to the STI cap. Hopefully holds this time. We'll see.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm filming you. Are you filming me?
I'm filming you, filming
okay.
me.
Well, I've enabled
This
high.
is very meta.
Yeah, this is meta. I've enabled high output 4 for the water spray.
Ooh.
So hopefully that helps with these issues. Yes.
It can't hurt, right?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Have you had your coffee?
All right, we're gonna give this another shot and see what happens. We'll know soon. Okay. Well, we are now back at the shop. It is only midday on day 2 at the track, and here's where we are. There's the cars on the lift. We're kind of back to the beginning. There's all the water that's left is coming out, and the engine's coming out because basically things just got hot. We moved all the coolant into the overflow. Well, I shouldn't say that things got hot. All of the temperatures that we were seeing today, day 2, from coolant and oil, totally normal. Nothing that would be a cause of concern. But we were filling up the overflow tank. So we've got to figure out why, and it looks like basically the head gaskets have failed. Because it did it to us twice. We happened first time out, and then burped the coolant, went out again, same exact problem. In fact, the second time it was the best because we got the water sprayers working, so all of the temps were totally normal, and just filling up the overflow tank and losing coolant. So got to figure out what happened to the head gaskets, and that's where we're at. So, geez, I don't know. It is now the 28th of May. We're testing on the mountain, not this weekend, but next weekend. Well, Viet's, yeah, he panicked a little bit. Yeah, but next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right, Viet. Pikes Peak Hill Climb itself from today is 19 days away. I think that's right, 16th. So 19 days. So we've got a little bit of time. We've got to do some testing. We've got to get. This is where having the spare engine is helpful because we'll get that back in. We've got to figure out what happened, and that's the big conundrum because everything looked pretty much normal until it wasn't. It was really just the overheating incident on track at the very end of the day yesterday. It was the first time that we saw any kind of an issue, and it was like the temps were not crazy. It was like 225 degree coolant temps, which is like it's not great, but it's not the end of the world at all. And everything else looks totally good, totally normal. So. Got to get into it, got to figure out what it is. So that is where we're at. The engine is coming out. And yeah, so that's all for now. We're going to get after it and we'll let you know what we find. And yeah, until next time, thanks for your support. Thanks for following along, and stay tuned to Flat Irons Tuning.